So good afternoon once again.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay. So let's continue with our constraints. Okay. So what is a constraint? Meghna, constraint?
It is a refers to conditions or limitation we apply on some columns.
Okay. So it's a constraint of conditions we apply on columns. Okay. So we have seen many conditions, that is for key constraint, check constraint, and we have seen how to add a constraint in while the creation of table. Let's continue with that. All right. This is how you add a constraint. So this we have completion. Now let's see this. The constrainer inserting the values. How many columns are there? One, two, three, four columns are there, isn't it? You see the four columns are there, isn't it? And we have given a condition here, a default constraint here. So even if you don't enter any value to DPT, automatically, which will be entered? The default value marketing will be entered. So let's see how to do that. Okay, now let's see this. Insert into ABC Limited, EMPNO, name, salary. Only three column values are we are entering. 2 Greek 330, 80,000. That was the value for DPT. We are not adding any value. But automatically marketing value has come inside that row. Okay? Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
My voice is clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Foreign key constraint. There is something slightly different with this. A little bit complicated. But after studying it, it's just a piece of cake. Okay. Now, see, create table training, EMPNO int, training name varchar 20, start date, end date. Okay, so here, this EMP number is from here. The primary key of table ABC Limited is employee number. Is there any doubt in that? All right. The primary key of ABC Limited table is EMPNO. Now, another table we are creating, that is training table, which doesn't have a primary key. Okay. All right. It doesn't have a primary key, only a foreign key. The foreign key is EMPNO. That EMPNO is not its own column name. The value is derived from here. That means EMPNO is a foreign key. So after writing all these things, we need to write. Name is not important. This is not compulsory statement. We just start with foreign key. Okay. foreign key. Which is the foreign key? EMPNO. References. References, which table? ABC Limited. Which column? EMPNO. That is how you need to write the foreign key constraint. Foreign key, references, the original table name in brackets, the column. This is how you write a constraint. If you want to get the constraint, so we are giving a name myFT. It's not compulsory. This statement is compulsory. Foreign key, references. This is the original table name. This is the original primary key constraint. This we are making as a foreign key constraint. Is that clear to you, children? Is that clear? So what is that? It is a key constraint. How to write a foreign key constraint? So the original column table name is original table name is A, B, C, and T. T. Original column name A, B, C, and T Limited, and the primary key column is EMPNO. And in which table it is coming as foreign key? In training table. Okay. One, two. Freddie sales 60,000. Two, Gregory marketing 80,000. So in the mother table, in this table, there are only EMP and NO. 1 and 2. The values are 1 and 2. Okay. And this EMP number we are making as a foreign key. So if you try to enter any value other than 1 and 2, see, values, we put the values. Before the value is.
Mama, I don't understand.
What is this value? What is this value? Am I not able to see this?
It is not there in
It is not there in ABC
ABC
Limited table.
LTD.
So what we have done is we have made it as a foreign key using the constraint. All right. So what is the specialty of a foreign key? The specialty is that the value is derived from the original table. The value should be derived from the original table. So is there any value 3 in the original table, in this table? There is no value. If you try to enter 3 here or any other value, any value other than 1 and 2, it will give you an error message. It won't allow you to enter any value. Because it's a foreign. It is referring this table. It is referring this table. See. Okay, okay. Now listen, there are 2 tables, EMP, and now PCNO, DNA, okay. DPCNO. Employee table, department table. In department table, department number is a primary key. In employee table, employee number is a primary key. But there is a foreign key in employee table which is coming from department table. So the definition of foreign key is it is a non-key attribute whose values are derived from the primary key of some other table. So when you are adding this way, we are creating a relationship between the 2 tables. This employee is working in which department? That thing we will get from this foreign key relationship. So actually a relationship is established here. In order to establish a relationship in this manner, what you need is, so while creating the table, employee, create table, EMP, and no, in. Is that clear? Primary key constraint. Is that clear? Hello. Evelyn, is that clear? Primary key constraint.
Yes, ma'am.
EMP name. Key, comma. What is that next one? DEPT and now int. Still it's clear? Then after that, what you need to write is which is that foreign key? Foreign key is DEPT&no, isn't it? References which table? References which table?
DEPT table.
DEPC table, and the column name is DEPC NO. So only thing you need to note that you DEPC NO. The data type of this should be exactly same as the original table. You can't write here varchar. This is wrong because in the department table the data type is int. So here also you need to write the department column data type as int. But it is not compulsory to have the same name. You can have any other name. That's okay. Suppose I'm writing here just D number. It will work. Then here you need to write foreign key. It is not compulsory to use the same column name, but you have to write this particular statement. The statement is compulsory. And the data type should be same. All right. Foreign key references. Okay, if you try to enter 3, it will give you an error message because there is no value 3 in the state. Okay, that is how you write a foreign key constraint. Understood, children? Understood before?
Yes, ma'am.
And at practical basis, you don't have to create 2 tables with foreign key constraints. Okay, not in 11th standard, only in 12th standard you will be studying about this. And we never used to apply this constraint. As a theory part, you just study. This also not required on the cascade. See, and one more thing I have told you that if you try to delete, suppose in department table there is value 1, 2, 3. In employee table we are making department number as a foreign key. Suppose I am writing here 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. EMP table. This is department table. And this is the primary key column of department table. This is the foreign key column of employee table. Suppose I am trying to delete this particular tree. There is no more department called 3. Then what happens? What happens? What about this value then? This is the wrong data, isn't it? If there is no department 3 in original table, then how an employee will work in this deleted department? This is wrong, right? So automatically, if you want to make this deletion also, if you delete something here, automatically the deletion will appear in all the reference tables. For that, we use this particular statement. You don't have to study this. Okay. On delete cascade. Cascade it is. So if you delete from the primary table, automatically the rows will get deleted from the reference table. If you update the values here, automatically will get reflected in this table. That is what is the cascade. If primary key value is changed, it will automatically reflect in foreign key table. If any record from master table is deleted, related records in foreign key table will get deleted. That is what is called as on delete cascade and on update cascade. Okay. Now, if you want to give a column, primary key value, primary key constraint in a different way. So this is the first way of giving that we have learned now. Create table visitor, BID in primary key. All right. Any doubts on that primary key constraint?
No, ma'am.
This particular thing you can write at the end also. See. Create table visitor, BID in. Okay, here we are not specifying primary key constraint. BID in, comma, bname, varchar 20, comma. Finally, we are writing primary key in bracket BID. That is also possible. Okay, that is called table level constraint. If you are giving at the time that with the column name, it is called as column level constraint. If the constraints are given after all column definitions, then it is called as table level constraint. If the constraint is given with a column definition, then it is called as column level constraint. It is becoming complicated video. Huh? No, all right. Thus, you have to study as theory part only. You don't have to do any practicals related to that. Same thing will be, you'll be studying the 12th standard also, same topic. So that time it will be easier for you. This is not required. I see pages. Understood? Is it time? Constraint. What about that? No, it's all there. So now a few more things you have to study, that is, if you are applying the constraint, suppose you forgot to add the constraint at the time of table creation, then what to do? Amaldas? Only after creating the table, you came to know that, you realize that, oh my God, I forgot to write the constraint. So what are the different options in front of you? What are all the things? Amaldas is always thinking. Tell me, Amaldas. Hannah, turn off. He turned off and thinking. Amaldas, any idea? Did you understand my question? No. The question is, at the time of table creation, I forgot to add the constraint. Only after creating only I realized that I haven't entered the primary key constraint, or I haven't entered the default key constraint. So what to do now? Already created the table also. What to do now? Nevin. Anto. Amaldas, will you say something? Anto. First, Anto will say, I don't know, but later he will tell me the answer. Well, Anto. What all the ways in front of you? Like, what all things you will do? If that problem comes. Evelyn.
We can create the constraint after creating the table.
Okay. So there should be an option too. Oh, that is the first way. That is, we'll call it as a double work. Then, not double work, that is the only option. One more option is there. What is that? That is a double work. What is the another option? Who can say? Which is that other option? Yes, that is right. Why can't you turn on your video and why can't you unmute and say? Nevin.
Ma'am.
Nevin only chats. He likes to chat always. At the chat window, he has sent a message. That is correct. That is, you can drop the table and create the table again with a constraint. So that is the second option. Second option is it's a double work. The first option is there is an option to add the constraint even after creation. For that, we have studied different DDL commands. Which are the different DDL commands? Pavitra. Pavitra. Which are the different DDL commands? Pavitra. Anthony.
Yes, ma'am.
Turn on your video.
Alternate.
All-step table. Very good. All-step table command you can use in order to, because we need to alter the table structure. So you have an option to alter the table structure. Alter table means then you can do you can add the different constraints, you can change the column name, you can change the data type, anything you can do using alter table command. All right.